Global company that I've spoken to also has India presence but a large US presence, talks about how 2025 promises to be a year of great growth in the US economy. What are your thoughts on all of this, and plus what it means for IT services business like yours?
Yeah, if you kind of compare and contrast to the mood last time to this time, I think last time was at the backdrop of a lot of uncertainties and like war and a lot of elections, a lot of things were on the horizon. But this year, while war is still there, but there is a lot more certainty and everybody knows what the playing field is. So that seems to give everybody a little bit forward-looking agenda rather than being cautious. So that's my biggest takeaway. And of course, US economy is doing well, and I'm sure there'll be some changes as we see all the new rules that are coming into place. But as corporates, I think people are prepared. I think they know that they have to go through some changes and they all have to adapt to the changes. I think that's the mindset and conversation that I'm hearing.
Okay, so some conversation was that uncertainty might be the only certainty. I hear you say something completely the opposite, that there's a lot more certainty. Why so?
Yeah, because I think the variables have reduced, isn't it? Like elections are out, there is clarity. I'm sure the thinking process is also sinking into various decision makers. So I think that's to some extent uncertainty is out of the way. That's the way I see it. Yeah.
The other aspect was, of course, AI and energy transitions. I want to focus on AI for a little bit. If it was a buzzword the last time, a lot more constructive commentary this time around as well. The manufacturing companies that I spoke to, CVK, all believed or wanted to believe that AI will first go across the layer of services businesses, and it will probably come to manufacturing a lot later. Now, what is your thought here on whether the world is seeing the transition of AI correctly, and are you seeing it differently?
I would think a little differently, because if you see the level of automation, robotics and digital manufacturing, I think the level of automation has been very significant for companies which are doing very well, forward-thinking companies. And AI is only going to help accelerate the journey. But services is here and now, because the most interesting disruption that's happening is really the disruption of knowledge itself. That's what generative AI promises to do. And I know there was a lot of hype last time and a lot of out of the possible kind of conversations. I think with 1 year of experience, a lot of companies are narrowing down to some areas where they want to double down and see the impact. I think it's much more realistic. Another important dimension is the price performance was a big topic. Is it going to be hugely consuming computes, energy, all of that? Some of that is moderating because the price is also coming down. The models are becoming more efficient. So all of that is kind of playing into really making this a viable solution to scale.
And maybe the energy consumption is now taken on board as a given, because even if it is high, so be it.
It is definitely a challenge to address, but I think there is a constant effort to make it less energy intensive. The models are becoming smaller models, specific models. All of that is helping in this journey.
The new US president is talking about very large investments out there. My question to you, CVK, is, and please pardon my ignorance if I'm not completely clued in, but when does an AI business for large firms like you and global firms like you start generating meaningful revenue? I mean, maybe it is embedded right now in certain but as a separate line.
No, I would not look at it like that. Okay. Because if truly a company is adopting AI, then you have to adopt it across. Every service that you deliver should get benefited from AI. I think the way to measure the impact is, I mean, are you really that? I think this is a time when we should start seeing a little bit of decoupling of people growth and revenue growth. Because if you're going to get 10% more efficient through using generative AI, then you should be able to get 10% additional growth without adding headcount, because there is some human potential which is getting unlocked. Now you have to see how to leverage that potential to create growth. I think that is a true validation of any company being very strongly leveraging AI.